Hi, so this is a short tutorial on how to use the snipping tool that you can find in Windows on your PC personal computer. So the first thing to talk about a little bit is why you would want to use the snipping tool. And I'm going to share my screen with you. So the Windows snipping tool, this is the icon. It has this nice little pair of scissors, and it comes with your computer. You just might never have known it was there. The reason we would use the snipping tool is it allows us to make partial screenshots. So if you know, you can print your screen and paste that in places, but maybe you only want a little piece of what's on the screen, and the snipping tool makes that very easy to do. I liken it a little bit to what you would do with a magazine, right? You might not want to share the whole page of a magazine, but just cut out one picture from there. An example, the purpose I'm using it for today is to make a background for a virtual background for my Zoom. So the first thing is to find the image, snip it, using the snipping tool, which in the snipping tool, you would just see this red outline, and then you can paste it or save it as an image. And then upload it to be your virtual background so that when you're doing your presentation, it can be sitting there in the back behind you. So the first thing to do is to find the snipping tool, and the way to do that, the easiest way, the shortcut way, is to go down to the bottom left of your screen next to the little window icon, the start menu, where it says type here to search, and you're just going to type in snipping. And usually on the left, you'll see, if you have more than one thing there, maybe you will, but this is very good. Snipping tool app is what we want. And because I'm going to use this quite often, I'm going to go ahead and pin it to my taskbar. The taskbar is that bar at the very bottom of your screen where you see all the applications that you have opened and any tools that or any apps that you have pinned there. So I like to pin things that I use frequently. You can also pin it to your start menu, which you could get to easily by clicking again on that the little Windows icon on the very bottom left of your screen. So I'm going to pin it to my taskbar. It's going to pin it all the way over to the right. And again, I'll see that little icon there, and I'm just going to drag it. I want it all the way over here where I kind of have my other basic tools like my calculator and stuff. So now it's sitting there. It's not open, but it's going to be there whenever I want it. So the next thing to do is to have the image that you want to have as your background or to put into slides. It's really useful for slides in general. So I'm going to use this as a workshop that I want to do, and I want to have this as my background, but I don't want to just have the slide there. Like I want to have this slightly over to the left. So, you know, kind of like a newscaster, I'll be sitting here and it can be to my left. So I'm going to open the snipping tool. So I go down, I click on it once, and up comes this nice little dialog box. And you can just check out all the different pieces to it, but the default mode is rectangle or square, and I'm very happy with that. And new so the minute I click on new, you'll see that the background grays out. That lets you know that you are now actively snipping. If you decide, oh my gosh, this is the wrong thing, I don't want to be snipping this, you just click on the new again, and you're back to real life. If you were, for example, playing a video and you clicked on new, there would be like a frozen image of that video that you could snip. So again, just click on new, it'll start to snip something new. If you don't like it, you can click on new again. And the key is that you're in snipping mode when the background is slightly grayed out. So again, I'm going to click on new. And now as I move my cursor off this dialog box, you'll see I get a nice plus sign or a crosshair kind of to help me select the section that I want to. You can call this the selector. So you want to start off where you kind of know that you're going to be able to drag it over the various elements in your thing. It doesn't matter if the dialog box is there from Snippet, that won't show up. But you can move it by clicking on it and moving it out of the way, just so you can see what's underneath it, but it won't show up in your snipping. So I'm going to go where I want to start, and I'm going to left click on my mouse and drag. Now, if I drag down and drag over, that's totally fine. Efficiency's sake, I like to do diagonal. So I'm going to diagonally drag over here. And then if I need to go a little longer, I can do that. Now notice I'm cutting off part of my circle on the left there. So I'm going to let this go, but I'm not happy with the snip. So I'm going to go ahead and click on New again. And this time I'm going to be a little bit more careful. So I'm going to stay a little bit further to the edge. There we go. Now we're good. Okay. So now this is the image. You can't see the outline of where the image ends, but this is my outline, my image. And I can, what's happening right now is it's just waiting for me to paste it. So I could go into a new Word document, for example. Let me pull up a Word document. And I could paste it in there. So I'm going to do a Control V. And it's bigger than I want it to be, right? So I'm going to click on it and I'm going to shrink it down a little bit because I want to give myself space to be over here. And I'm going to click out of it. Notice I have a blinking icon there. So I'm going to do a few extra spaces down and I'm going to snip again. So now I want to snip a box that will give me white space for my body to sit in. Again, this is for my virtual background, a very particular purpose. So again, I'm going to go down to my taskbar. I'm going to find the snipping tool. I'm going to click on it. It still has the old image there. How do I get to new? I go back up to where it says new and I click on new. And once again, it grays out and I have my little plus sign that tells me that I can make a snip. So now I'm going to snip this image. And this time, instead of pasting it, I'm going to save it. So under File, I can save it as, the default name is Capture, but I'm going to call it 7E Virtual Background, because that's the purpose for it. And I'm going to save it in my pictures or wherever you want to save it, right? So at this point, you could select where you want to save it. And it's a JPEG. What's nice is they actually give you several different file formats. So you could do a PNG, a GIF, a JPEG, or a single file HTML. JPEG's just fine for what we need. So we're going to leave this JPEG and we're going to click Save. And now in my Zoom, when I go to my virtual backgrounds, you'll see that you have the option there. You click on the little arrow beside your stop video and select virtual backgrounds. And there's a little plus sign just the top of all the images that you can choose from. And if you click on that plus sign, you can actually upload either an image or a video. Certain videos, they have to be a short, not a lot of memory onto them. And then it'll be there for you and it'll pop up in your background. So again, today was really about the snipping tool. The purpose was to make a virtual background, but you could use the snipping tool to just find any image that you like that shows up on your screen. You click on snipping tool, select the image that you want, and either paste it directly in, or you can choose to save it as an image that you can use again and again and insert into whatever document that you want to. So thank you for watching.